My name is Adam Parr, and I'm the host of the Pod City podcast. This podcast focuses on motivation, mindset, positivity, mental health, and many other areas. In this podcast, I've connected with people from all different walks of life. You can connect with me on social media in the link below. And if you like this podcast, please like, share, and comment and subscribe because it really helps the channel and the podcast to grow. Now, without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video.
Tuning in, trying to find out how to win. Go along and tell a friend. Marathon, you know the game. Keep on running, never end. Getting better, make amend. Adam got it, Adam got it, Adam got it, Adam got it. Passivity, 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 passivity. Tune in.
It's great to have you on the podcast today. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning. How are you? Thank you very much, Adam, for having me here today with you.
No, you're very, very welcome. And I'm good, thank you. I'm grateful to have you on the podcast. And I just thought I'd start off by kind of asking you how you kind of got into business and kind of the work that you do, because you're in kind of property investment and this kind of area.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm the founder and the CEO of Will to Capital. I set up my company 3 years ago. Will to Capital is a real estate investment management firm based in Barcelona, Spain. And basically what we do is we help international and national investors to invest in the Spanish real estate market. We manage the investments from the beginning to the end. I mean, we find a deal, we made a business plan, we prepare everything, and we do all the business till the end of the development or could be rental. Basically, our main focus is on residential. It could be, for example, a development. Right now, we're building more than 70 apartments in Barcelona's top locations and also in other wealthy areas around Barcelona. But also it could be simply, for example, a renovation, and then we manage all the rentals. So our main focus is on residential real estate market, but we're also investing in real estate, anything related to tourism. For example, we own a hotel, we own many touristic apartments, we are owning also a building with touristic apartments. So these probably are the two bigger parts of our business, but anything related to real estate, we do. And we're expanding very fast. And we expect by 2021 to double our investment that we did till now.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, and I think it's definitely a business that is very kind of reputable, isn't it? And there's a lot of kind of space for growth in that area if you can do well and probably get the relevant contacts as well. And I suppose in that business, I bet you have to have a lot of trust and the right people to work with as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very traditional business, and absolutely you need a lot of trust. When I set up my company 3 years ago, I did it 3 years ago and not before because I was very aware of what you are saying. You need the trust, and you need the trust for both sides. You need the trust, in my case, for the trust for the investors, because I need to raise capital to do that investment. And also I need the trust in the local real estate market. I mean, the trust with all the brokers and all the people that are involved in the market. Because if I don't have this trust, I will never get those deals. So the reputation by one side and the knowledge and the trust by the other side are very important factors of this business for sure.
No, exactly. And I think as well, in that area, you kind of have to be very careful because it's your time and energy as well, isn't it? That's going into it.
Yeah, absolutely. and it's a very risky business because the market is even now, for example, the
Mm.
market now is crashing, and I think that it's going to crash more in the future. And you need to be very careful. That's why if you check my website, you will see that all the deals that we're managing right now, all of them are very well located because we think that location is the most important factor to invest in real estate.
Yeah. Would you say during like COVID and this happening, there's been like ways you've kind of had to improvise in your business around what's happening
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
challenges?
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I have both parts, the good part and the bad part of the COVID. The good part is that I will find, I'm seeing today, but I think that in short future, there will be many new potential deals because the truth is that people and companies are struggling. So a lot of real estate assets will be available in the market shortly. But
Mm.
by the other side, I have all these developments, all these buildings that I'm renovating, and I need to sell that units. And right now, I know that probably I will not be capable to sell at the same price that I was supposed to.
Mm.
So maybe I'm not in that state yet, but I will be
Yeah.
in during 2021. And I don't know, maybe we need to rent the properties or we need to decrease the price. I don't know, but for sure I will have to adapt to this new situation because real estate market will be one of the the sectors that will crash for sure.
Mm. Yeah. No, that's it. And I suppose with that, you just have to, try and navigate your way through that. And, it's how you react probably to those situations, isn't it? And how you respond to that as well. Like, have, in regards to like entrepreneurship and, business, have you always wanted to kind of go into this kind of sector? Have you tried, other things out? What are the challenges in that side of things?
Yeah, yeah. Not always. For me, I've always wanted to become an entrepreneur. It is something that was clear for me since I was a child. And the truth is that I've tried many business since I was 17 years old. All of them failed in in all the fields that you can imagine. I tried to create and to do many deals, uh, and I got in real estate because I studied law. So supposedly I'm a lawyer. I never wanted to become a lawyer, but I studied law. And during my law degree, I started working for a company that basically works for banks. I was in the team that was in charge of managing all the real estate assets and all the real estate deals of these banks. It was after 2008 crash. So this was my first contact in real estate, and I worked in that company for 5 or 6 years, and I gained a lot of experience in real estate, and also I became more expert in real estate. After that, I started working for a company that was managing real estate funds, and I was in charge of the operations of Spain. So year by year, I was becoming more expert in real estate, and at some point of my life, I realized that probably the best way to be was the best place to be was real estate. So so that's how I finished in real estate. This is and because always I loved real estate, of course,
Yeah.
and and then I decided to create my company. But this is what I said. I couldn't create my company with that knowledge, with that experience, and with all that previous steps that I did before creating them.
Yeah. No, that's really great that, you kind of threw yourself into that and, you was doing like law, but then you kind of went into another avenue and, went into that.
Mm.
And I think like it's kind of like probably the best way to learn sometimes, isn't it? Going into the unknown, kind of going out of your comfort zone,
Exactly.
and learning new things and kind of finding your way. Like,
Yeah.
would you say, like, because you mentioned you tried different businesses and they didn't work. Would you say that it's important, to sometimes fail in that kind of as part of
Yeah,
success and
absolutely. Ab-
resilience?
Absolutely. You need to fail. You need to fail a lot of times. I'm very grateful for that, all that failures, because I learned huge lessons that probably bring me where I am today. I mean, these failures told me that I needed to have more knowledge to create a company. I mean, to be an entrepreneur and to create a company, you must be prepared for that. It's not okay. I'm going to jump to this. I'm going to create a new business, and you have no clue of what you are doing. It doesn't work like this, because the market is going to eat you. So
Mm.
probably all this failed business helped me to understand this better.
Yeah, no, no, exactly. And I think, like you said, you kind of have to kind of understand kind of what you're getting into, don't you? And I think I've heard a lot of the time people say entrepreneurship isn't for everybody, and
Absolutely, absolutely.
it's people say you have to be you don't just do it just for the money. There's more to it. There's that kind of that driving force that makes you want to do it. There's a reason why.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, in my case, it absolutely changed my life. I mean, it will sound strange maybe, but for me, Monday morning, 9 a.m. is the best time of the week, because
Mm,
I wake up Monday, and I have this amazing week to create any kind of business, any kind of deals, to close the deals that I'm involved in. So I'm really excited to to start the week, and that's because I'm doing something that I love. Okay, but this is not for everybody. I mean, when you're an entrepreneur, you are living with a lot of uncertainty. I mean, not knowing what is going to happen in the future.
mm,
Uh, this puts you in a permanent out of comfort zone state that it's definitely not for
mm,
everybody. And I love living with that, and
mm.
I'm absolutely happy every day. But you need to deal with a lot of stress, anxiety, and many things that definitely is not for everybody.
Mm. Yeah, no, exactly. And I think and that's how you grow, isn't it, as a person? By pushing out your comfort zone, by going into the unknown, and kind of getting comfortable with that. And I suppose when you're doing that, you're shifting, and you're kind of when you reflect back, you can see how far you've come from when you've started things like this.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely.
With like kind of like motivation and mindset, like do you have any kind of like say role models or mentors that you kind of like look up to, or anyone you kind of like draw from?
Yeah, I don't have any mentor in Spain, but the truth is that I use the media, I use the YouTube, I use the podcast to follow a lot of people that I consider them my mentors, because it's amazing what you can find in the internet. It's crazy. If I compare what I learned in the university versus what I'm learning this last 5 years, for example, in YouTube,
Mm,
you can just even not compare them. So, because in YouTube you have these amazing teachers. In my case, and obviously I'm talking about real estate, but
yeah.
you have these amazing teachers that explain everything for you for free.
Mm,
And this is something amazing. And yeah, I use YouTube a lot. For example, these ones that I consider mentors or teachers. Whatever you want to say. For example, Ken McElroy, Robert Kiyosaki or Grant Cardone. I mean, these big guys in the real estate industry. I learned a lot from them, and I'm super happy to follow them on YouTube. It's amazing that these amazing people can teach you these lessons. And also, I follow a lot of coaches in the positive mindset. I mean, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, for example. There are a lot of videos of Jim Rohn that are amazing. So, and yeah, I mean, I wake up every day very early, probably at 6 a.m. in the morning. I go to gym, I do my workout, and when I finish this, I have at least 30 minutes every day for me to listen to these people. I mean, for example, Tony Robbins or Les Brown, and this positivity message that they give to you every day, this programs your mind. It's like this. And when you are surrounded by this positive environment, everything is easier. Everything is easier, and you just go with this positivity all the day, and good things happen. That's the truth.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think that's a really good point where you mentioned, and surround yourself with the positive mentors, people, and the things that you consume, like I said, on YouTube and the media, and positive things over like the negative things. And I think like you said, it's having that like routine and having that habit of listening to those like podcasts or watching that content, because it really does kind of like you do consume it and apply it to your life, and like I said, it does make a difference to how you feel and how you are as a person and how you interact. And I think when you're in that field of things, you become aware of the kind of people you want to interact with, if that makes sense as well. And I think that's like really important, probably especially in business, the kind of people, where your energy goes and your time. And I think like Grant Cardone's a great example. I've seen a lot of his work, and like you said, it's all free content that you can, learn from as well.
Yeah, you can learn from them, and you can choose what you want to see. I mean, for example, I love the way that Grant Cardone explains everything and the way that he is. But maybe if someone doesn't like Grant Cardone, he can go to any other successful real estate investor that is in the media. So this possibility to choose what do you want to learn is also another very interesting thing, because there's a lot of content in YouTube, and I think that this is something that is changing our generations. And in the past, this didn't exist, so we need to be very aware of that and use it in the correct way, because again, this is new, and it's a choice also to use it or not. But definitely, if it is online and free, everybody can use it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think like with social media as well, I suppose especially in your business, you can meet lots of people online, whether that's LinkedIn or Instagram, for business and networking. And like, would you say like networking is a key part of business, and networking with the right people?
Yeah, in my business, definitely yes. I don't use a lot social media. I'm just using LinkedIn. And LinkedIn, I'm absolutely active, and I'm making a lot of networking in LinkedIn, and also I did business through LinkedIn. There is all these amazing people in LinkedIn every day trying to find the right people to do business, and it's a really good opportunity for every one of us. In my case, probably LinkedIn is helping me a lot to find these deals on the market. and also to find investors, because at the end, if you want, I think about me, but if, for example, I
Yeah.
want to go to London to invest in real estate, and I don't know anyone in London, probably the best way to be introduced to the real estate market in London is through LinkedIn. I can find these brokers, lawyers, I don't know, but LinkedIn definitely is the best way to do it if it's not through contacts. But in the case that you don't have any contacts, LinkedIn is the best way to do it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I've made a lot of connections as well through LinkedIn, for podcasting.
Mm.
You know, I've used Instagram a lot as well recently, in comment sections, networking with people surprisingly. And I think it's how you use it, isn't it? It's how you use, these tools. And I think it's a great way if you can connect with people, where you can have these good relationships as well. Um, do you have any favorite books that you'd like to read? Any business books that you kind of like
Yeah,
taken things
yeah,
from?
yeah. About business books, yeah, probably. Yeah, there are two books of Ken McElroy, the ABCs of real estate investing. This is a basic guide to invest in real estate, but it's very well explained. I recommend this book to anyone that wants to be introduced in the real estate industry. And also, there is another book of Ken McElroy that it's called The Advanced Guide of Real Estate Investing. This is probably more for advanced or expert real estate investors. It's talking about more financial stuff, but both books are really amazing for business, and definitely for me are the best books about real estate.
Mm,
And about books about personal development, the classical books, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, and Rich Dad Poor Dad of Robert Kiyosaki. I think that definitely are the best
mm.
books. I read them a lot of years ago, but I remember them very, very well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I think it's important to have good books to read and things that you kind of draw from and apply to your life. And I think Think and Grow Rich is a very good book, and it's yeah, you can read these books and apply them to what you do, and I think it's great as well. Like there's audio books and video content, and they all kind of go hand in hand together. And I was thinking as well, what advice would you give to people who are wanting to start out in real estate, in the entrepreneurship, or
Yeah.
just trying to figure out what they want to do in life, you know?
Yeah, I think, and yeah, I think probably, I mean, you need to be happy in life. And I think that this is the key thing of everything. Going back in what I said about Monday morning, uh, I mean, in the past, I've seen in companies that I worked that a lot of people depressed with their job. I mean, in normal circumstances, you're going to work 5 days per week. It means more than 70% of the week will be spent in your job. So if you are not happy in what you are doing, maybe you must stop, because you are spending your life, and life has a limit time. So for me, the probably the best advice is you need to do something that you really love, something that makes you happy every day, because otherwise you will not be capable to spend the hours that it requires, because you will have to work very hard. You have to put a lot of hours in your business, and you need to do something that you truly, truly love. That's the only way to succeed. If you're not passionate about what you do every day, you will definitely not succeed. Then again, don't be afraid to fail. Everybody fails. I'm failing. And today I'm doing business that I'm failing, and I am learning a lot. And this is the best experience that you can get from failure. So don't be afraid to fail.
Mm.
And yeah, and don't jump to the pool without preparing something or having this a clear vision of where do you want to go and plan everything. It's not easy. It's not easy, but but it's possible. It's absolutely possible. But I think that a lot of entrepreneurs fail because they think that this is easy, and probably that's because of a lot of people in the media is telling them that you can do it, you can do it. Yes, of course you can do it, but you can do it doesn't mean that tomorrow you can start doing it. This business, the business world is a really complicated one, and when you're working for other people, you don't realize how difficult it is. But when you start from zero and you create your company, you start realizing that it's not easy. So prepare everything, make a full business plan, have a clear vision of where do you want to go, put a lot of hours on it, love it, and then everything is possible, of course.
Mm. Yeah, no, I think that's great. I think that's really great advice. And I think, like you said, the importance of, loving what you do, and as well, like having, that kind of vision and that plan, because there's that kind of quote, isn't there? I don't know if you've heard it, and it's like, failing to prepare is preparing to fail, or something like that sometimes. And it's like, if you kind of don't see where you're going, then it can make it more difficult. And I totally agree with you, and I think that's great advice. As well, do you think patience? What do you think about patience as well? Because I think that's something that a lot of people sometimes have, and sometimes people will lack. And I think, like, do you think patience is important in business?
Yeah,
Being patient.
a lot, a lot. And I didn't have patience 5 or 6 years ago, and I had to improve it a lot on myself because you will need it. Sometimes the wall is not going at the same speed that you are going, and you want the things going fast and going by now. For example, in my case, in real estate business, you need to have a lot of patience, okay? Because you are dealing with public administration. With a city hall to get the license, or with a lot of people that they are just simply going slower than you. So you need to be very very patient and to relax, because otherwise, if you are nervous, you cannot do the business in the way that you wanted to do. So it's better when you are in a stress situation and you want the things by now, to wait and do another thing. And I've learned this these last years for sure. And this was I was a case of no patience at all, and I had to improve my skills on that.
Yeah, no, I think that's, like you said, really important. And I think through me personally as well, I often talk about this. I like to hit the ground running. I like to be confident straight away when I do things. And I think through podcasting, doing this, I've learned a lot about patience. That things take time, and that kind of process of how things work. And you're not always going to get those instant results. And like you said, you have to have that patience that things are going to work out, because, like you said, you might feel like you're going at 1,000 miles an hour, but everything else is going, I don't know, 300 miles an hour.
Yeah, And in my case, when, for example, I'm closing deals and I'm sending offers to the owners of buildings, of apartments, or whatever, you need in that negotiation, patience is the key. I mean, if you start pushing, you are weak. I mean, and they can have advantage on you if they see that you are desperate, and this everything is related to patience. So you will need a lot of patience. I don't know in the other business, probably yes, true. In my case, is one of the keys to success. You need to relax and see that things happen. And they happen, and you need to understand that sometimes people need more time to take some decisions, or they have a lot of work, or they just go slower.
Yeah, yeah. No, exactly. No, exactly. And I think like, the things that we've been talking about, are very important. And I think like, people listening to this and watching will take a lot from, the things we've spoken about, because I think like, patience and business, entrepreneurship and mindset and motivation, they're all important things in life, and, like in business, and, to kind of go into those and draw from these experiences, and like you said, like patience is key, and it's part of success. And I agree with you. And no, it's very really important as well. Like, is there anything like that you want to say? Anything else like to people like listening and watching?
Yeah, well, I think that yeah, Adam, you summarize it very well. In what we're talking about, I mean, being an entrepreneur and creating your own business is something that I encourage everybody to do. Everybody that doesn't feel comfortable in their companies or in their lives. And again, it absolutely changed my life. I'm another person now, and I'm sure that also you are. And as I've seen the dark side of working for other people. That again, it's not good or bad. It's just that some people are made to be entrepreneurs. Some people know, but in my case, it has changed my life. So I encourage anyone that doesn't feel comfortable with their life to do that step, but always remembering what we talked about patience, about preparing the full plan to create the business and all the stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I completely agree with you. And I really appreciate, like your time and for coming on the podcast. And I've really enjoyed. No, you're welcome. And I've enjoyed talking to you about these things, because I think it's great what you're doing, and that it's inspiring and motivating that you're doing something that you love, and you're in the business world, and you're going out of your comfort zone, and you're learning. And I think that's kind of what we should all do. Go out of our comfort zone and to learn and do what we love.
Yeah, that's life. I think that's life. I think that in my case, I don't feel comfortable in the comfort zone. I mean, because I need these exciting things happening to me every day, and I can only find these things out of the comfort zone. So it's my case, and I think that people are too comfortable in the comfort zone. But definitely, when you go out of the comfort zone, you discover a new world, and this happens in business, and not only in business, in everything in life. people are there, and maybe they don't realize that they are there, and they are in a routine. And but once you go out of your comfort zone, you start discovering the best of yourself, and you start discovering a new world.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, and I completely agree. I think that's really good point as well. Like when people go out of their comfort zone, they the way that they were seeing things previously, isn't the same once they kind of push out that kind of level as well.
The grow is always outside of the comfort zone. Always, you cannot grow in the comfort zone. It's impossible. So some people decide to grow, and some people never grow. But definitely the growth is outside of the comfort zone, and it's hard, but it's where you will find the best potential inside you.
No, I love that. No, I definitely agree. And where can people find you on like social media or like your website and your business?
Yeah. Thanks, Adam. In social media, it's in LinkedIn. Okay, it's Guillem Macià, and in my website is wiltocapital.com, and there you can find all the deals that we're managing in Spain right now. And I will be very happy to talk with a lot of people through LinkedIn. I receive a lot of messages, but I always try to reply everybody, and I love doing business through LinkedIn and to know new people. So I'm super excited to do this every day.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, and I will definitely put your your description and your links in the podcast, and I will share your content and promote your website and what you're doing, and I wish you welcome, and I wish you all the best in your business and everything that you're doing, and I'll be excited to see your business one day in the UK. And I'll be like, I did a podcast.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's first conquer Spain.
Yeah.
And then why not? Why not? Yeah. And I hope that we talk soon again, Adam. Thanks very much.
Yeah. No, you too. You're welcome, Guillem. But all the best, and hope you have a nice day.
Okay, you too. Thank you very much, Adam.
You're welcome.
Bye.